This is what I'm working with here. I'm bloody light. Look at this cheeky fella. He looks just like me. Oh. Aaron nearly did that one day, getting changed. How do we look on it? Not so bad. Pepsi bottle, a Coca-Cola glass. I don't give a damn. I've had. I've also got a lot of Easter eggs between them. Welcome back. Still like that door a little bit more. So then this is what we're working with. Be too much on the side of the face. Drop it down a bit. I was once like you and I was once like you are now. That used to be me. And then my boss showed me how to use lumetri scopes and colour wheels to grade like pro. And I'm going to show you how to. Lumetri scopes. Lumetri scopes, take 1. Not getting the most out of your colour grade, intimidate to go anything beyond the basic colour correction sliders. I used to be like that too. And then my boss showed me how to grade like a pro using lumetri scopes and the colour wheels. Not getting the most out of your colour grade? Intimidated to use anything beyond the basic colour correction sliders? I used to be like that too, and then my boss showed me how to colour grade like a pro, using lumetri scopes and the colour wheels. And I'm going to share that with you too, in Adobe Premiere Pro. Not getting the most out of your colour grade, intimidated to use anything beyond the basic colour sliders? Not getting the most out of your colour grade, intimidated to use anything beyond the basic colour sliders? Not getting the most out of your colour grade, intimidated to use anything beyond the basic colour grading sliders? I used to be like that too, and then my boss taught me how to grade like a pro, using lumetri scopes and the colour wheels. Why am I saying wheels? Saying what way? Do you feel like you're not getting the most out of your colour grade and you're also a bit intimidated to use anything beyond the basic colour sliders? Well, I used to be like that too, and then my boss taught me how to colour grade like a pro, how to read lumetri scopes and how to use the colour wheel in tandem to get a professional colour grade. To get rid, the way they said it was, Louis, you're not getting the most out of your colour grade, intimidated to use anything beyond the basic colour sliders. I used to be like that too, and then my boss said, Louis, there's a way to get richer, more cinematic colours out of a log profile. And he took me into the office and showed me how to read the lumetri scopes and also in tandem to use the colour wheels to get a much more professional, richer is really the word that he said, richer colour grade, richer colours, more true to life. Because before they were just getting washed out and I was boosting the saturation and the contrast, but you're losing information that way. Whereas this way, it'll show you how to read the lumetri scopes, will give you all the information of the picture so you can manipulate it as you need. And once you know how to manipulate it better, once you have a better understanding. I'm not recording, am I? I forgot to hit record.
What a palaver, forgot to hit record.
So, take 2, lumetri scopes. Sound speeds, cameras running, the red light's on. We are live. Live from Portlaoise Town. Are you not getting the most out of your colour grade? Are you intimidated to use anything beyond the basic colour sliders? I used to be like that too. And then my boss said, Louis, you're just not getting the richness of the colours and there's a way to make it more cinematic. I pushed all the sliders as much as I knew how without getting a really contrasty image that was kind of washed out or oversaturated. He took me into the office and he showed me how to read the lumetri scopes and in conjunction use the colour wheel sliders to manipulate the image or just to get the most out of the image. Once you know how to read the lumetri scopes, then you'll have a better understanding of how to manipulate the colours to get the colour you want. Maybe you haven't set the right colour temperature when you captured the image. Reading these scopes just makes it so much easier to navigate or to manipulate or to change it the way you want it. You can also do more artistic grades once you have this understanding of the lumetri scopes. How many times can I say lumetri scopes at once? Are you not getting the most out of your colour grade? And are you intimidated to use anything beyond the basic colour sliders in Adobe Premiere Pro? I used to be like that too, and then my boss taught me how to read the lumetri scopes and in conjunction use the colour wheels to get the most out of the image, to get real rich cinematic colours. And I'm going to show you how to in Adobe Premiere Pro. So let's jump on in. I'm going to show you how to do that too. Well, how did ChatGPT? Not getting the rich cinematic colours you want? Are you not getting the rich cinematic colours you want? Are you stuck using the basic sliders? Well, I was once like that. And then my boss taught me how to read the lumetri scopes and in conjunction use the colour wheels to really get that richness and cinematic image, because I felt like I wasn't getting the most out of my Blackmagic, which is known for having its colour blah blah blah, talking rubbish. Let me show you how to take your colour grading to the next level. Let me show you how to take your colour grading to the next level. Let me show you how to take your colour grading to the next level. So the way this is going to work is I'm using Blackmagic footage shot. The way this is going to work is I'm going to show you the old way that I used to colour correct, and then I'll show you the new way of colour correcting, and we'll compare the two. The footage I'm using is Blackmagic. The footage I'm using was shot on my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. The footage I used was shot on my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K. And it's in Blackmagic's film color profile, which is a nice flat. The footage I'll be correcting was shot in the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K, and it's shot in Blackmagic's film color profile, which is essentially a log color profile, so it's nice and flat and it gives you the most range to edit. So that being said, let's jump on in. So the footage I shot was on my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K, and it's in Blackmagic's film profile, which is essentially a log color profile, so it's nice and flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the old way that I used to edit, that I presume a lot of you will be familiar with, and then I'm going to copy the exact same clip and do the new style of then I'm going to copy the exact same clip, remove the colour grade that we already put on, and I'll put on the new colour grade using the new way that I learned to edit. So then we can do a side-by-side comparison and I can show you what I mean. It's not going to be like a massive difference, but it's these minor differences that really make the difference between being pro and hobby. There's not going to be So I've been correcting footage like this for so long, so I think I got pretty good at it. But this will just take you to the next level, and it's the real difference between a pro and like a hobbyist videographer. It is these minor increments, and they make the world of difference. But it's also helpful to have a better understanding of the image and how you can edit it for your needs. So like I said at the beginning, it's not a world apart, the two, but there's just that little bit of richness, and it's so helpful knowing how to manipulate the image, or how to manipulate the colours of the image, rather than it was a bit of guesswork before, or had limited range of what I was able to do, whereas now it can be much more specific. And if something isn't right, and I don't exactly know by my eye what's right, I can refer to the lumetri scope and go isolate using the information in there. At the start, this is a slower process, but as you go on, you become more accustomed to it, and you'll pick it up pretty quickly. Well, I did. So this is my default way of editing footage now. This is my default way of grading now, and it does take a little bit longer, but you can really feel the difference in the images. So if you like this tutorial, please give us a subscribe. I'm at 791 subscribers. I need to get to the magic number 1000 by Christmas, and then I'll be able to get monetized on YouTube. So if you could hit that subscribe button, it would really mean the world to me. And as always, thanks for coming. So looking at the images side by side, there's not a massive amount of difference, but it's these minor differences that really make the difference between being a pro videographer and just a hobbyist videographer. And it's also having the knowledge of how to manipulate the colours in an image, because sometimes you'll shoot something and when you get into the edit, something won't be right and you can't immediately isolate what it is. But now you can refer to the lumetri scope if you don't know exactly, and the scope will give you the information and you can manipulate that. Often, a few times I've been struggling with the correction, so I've just followed the lumetri scopes to balance the image and pushed it in a direction I wouldn't have assumed, or pushed it in a direction that I really wouldn't have thought would have been the way to go, and it's helped balance the image. And then once you have that balanced image, then you can get creative with your look, and you can stylize it the way you want. This is really good if you're matching it. Yeah, I should have done that. So if you found this tutorial helpful, please subscribe to the channel. I'm at 791 subscribers, and if I get to the magic number 1000 by Christmas, I should have enough watch hours as well to get to the next stage, to get monetized. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a subscribe. I'm at 791 subscribers, on track possibly to get to 1000 by Christmas. And then if I achieve that, I should have the 4000 watch hours as well. And I'll be able to get monetized and start making some revenue. And as always, thanks for coming. I think that's a wrap. Oh, suits you, sir. I'm for listening.